every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at 6 p.m. This animation tells the story of two young adults, Afi and Roger. Both live separate lives, unaware of their family ties. They meet by chance and fall in love, completely unaware of their origins. Roger is a passionate contractor, and Afi a shopkeeper. Both were involved in Christian works. They met at a community event, felt an instant connection and began dating. Roger and Afi's relationship grew stronger over time. They shared Christian values, and aspired to build a home based on faith. But the lovers both had stories of their own that they kept secret. Follow.
Oh, you got here fast. I was expecting you in 1 hour.
I quickly finished my activities today. How much further do you have to go?
Give me 30 minutes. I release the 2 waiting customers and we leave.
Alright, then. How can I help you?
Thank you for trying to help me. Don't worry, there's nothing to do. Just sit down.
Don't underestimate me. Afi, are you forgetting that I'm an entrepreneur? I have commercial skills.
I know, Roger. But I wouldn't want to tire you out. You've already worked hard today. Get some rest.
If you say so.
Fiona, I'm about to leave. Please be awake and very dynamic with the customers.
All right, ma'am.
Darling, where are you taking me today?
It's a surprise. As soon as we reach our destination, you'll see for yourself.
I hope you're not taking me to the movies. You yourself know I don't like going to the movies. Please don't do this to me.
Don't worry. I could never do anything to you that you didn't like. You yourself know that I love you very much. I can only do what you love.
I know. I love you too, Roger. Still won't tell me where we're going? We're apparently in front of a house. Whose house is this?
Calm down and follow me.
My boy.
Hello, Mom.
How are you, my darling? Come and sit down.
Thanks, Mom. I'm doing just fine. And yourself?
Yes, I'm very well too, my boy.
Mom, this is Afi, my girlfriend.
Welcome home, my daughter.
Thank you so much, Mom. I'm very happy to finally see you today. Your son had always talked about you.
I'm also very happy you're here, my daughter. Give me a few minutes. Coming.
Mom, please don't try to make us anything to eat, or cook anything for us. We'll go to the restaurant and eat as soon as we leave here.
Why would you leave my house on an empty stomach to eat in a restaurant? I don't agree. I'll make you something to eat. My daughter, let me welcome you.
Okay, Mom. But let me come and help you in the kitchen.
You'll have time to cook for me, my girl. But today let me welcome you.
Okay, Mom.
I am very happy with what my son Roger has become. I'm sure he'll get married soon. This girl he's found is very well educated. I strongly hope and believe that they will be able to get married.
What makes you so happy?
Our son has just left me. He came with his girlfriend.
Did Luke come home without telling me?
I'm not talking about Luke, honey. Rather, it was Roger who came by.
You should have said your son was just passing through, not our son.
Why do you always react like that, Didier? Isn't Roger also your child?
An adopted child, of course.
Why are you so hard on that boy, honey? Ever since he was a little boy, you've never loved him like your own child.
Is he your child? Answer me. You fed your love for this boy so much that you tended to ignore your own child.
Why are you making all these differences and analyses? I have 2 children named Roger and Luke. I love them both equally.
I have one. I have a biological child, and another that my wife picked up in a garbage can.
It's because of this kind of behavior that Roger never confides in you.
He doesn't confide in me because he's an incrate. We fed him and educated him. We made him what he is today. If he lacks consideration for me, it's because he's not grateful. Because of his ingratitude, I don't love him.
Have you ever recorded yourself listening to your own reasoning?
Make me something to eat and leave me in peace.
In any case, he said to say hello, and that he'd even left you a message letting you know he'd stopped by.
I don't have time to read useless messages. I have a lot to do.
He also left you a check.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Give it to me quickly. This boy is good. So, how much did he deposit for me?
He deposited €0.
Why are you making jokes? I don't like people wasting my time.
Why are you getting so upset? I thought you didn't like this boy. When it comes to his money you salivate. But to love him you become a demon.
May this be the last time you play this game with me.
Let's eat.
Hello, Mom.
Yes, hello daughter. Are you ready for the store yet?
Yes, Mom.
You're getting more beautiful every day, my girl. Tell me, who takes so well of you?
I met a man, Mom.
At last you've made up your mind. It's a beautiful decision you've made, my daughter. I was worried when I often remember your age. I wondered what was wrong with you. But now I've been reassured. So when are you bringing him home?
As soon as possible, Mom. Last week, we went to visit his parents.
It's really good. It looks good then. How is the welcome from his parents? I hope they'll like you well.
I only saw his mother. His father was not present. But her mother really likes me. She calls me almost every morning.
His mother will make a beautiful mother-in-law. You've got to introduce me to that boy real quick. I want to feel like a mother-in-law too.
Okay, Mom. I was taking all this time before telling you because I wouldn't like to introduce you to one man today and then introduce you to another tomorrow. That's why I was taking the time to make sure it was the right person for me. But as you just said, I'll do the program with him. Maybe we'll stop by the house sometime next week.
I will be very happy, my daughter. Your father missed you at home yesterday.
Ah, his second wife finally set him free.
Don't talk like that about your father's daughter.
Besides, what does he bring me as a father? I didn't want to talk about him. That's because you told me that he'd asked me.
Your father loves you very much, you know?
Okay, I hear you. Next time you see him, give him my regards too.
I know you're angry with your father for not being around much. But I'm also partly to blame. I'm the one who chose to marry him.
You chose to marry him, and he decided to marry someone else. God only knows if he's still with his second wife or not. Stop blaming yourself, Mom. It's not your fault he chose to marry a second wife.
It was because I couldn't make him a boy.
Could his second wife have made any? Isn't it nothing but girls she also made? We're not God. When you can't make a boy or a girl, the best solution is not to marry another woman. Stop defending him, Mom. He made the choice to cheat on you with another woman, and ended up choosing to go live with her. You've got to stop giving him reasons.
Take it easy, girl.
No, I won't stand for it. This is one point on which I'll be very strict with Roger. I don't want to share my man.
The damage has already been done, my girl. Let's change the subject.
Okay. Fiona, there's a customer who contacted me yesterday saying you'd insulted her. Is this true?
Madam, this lady is very formal. She comes in every day to ask about prices, but she never buys. Yesterday she came in just as I had parcels to unpack. I didn't have time for idle chatter. So I told her to come back later. Because I was busy.
How can you tell a customer you're busy? Don't you know it's for them that we're here? If we open and no one comes, do you think I'll be able to pay your salary?
Sorry, madam. But this lady isn't here to shop. It's just a nuisance.
Was it she who told you she had no purchases to make? This lady comes to ask about prices, but she always sends her workers to do the buying for her.
You've got to be kidding me.
Now you're surprised? Whether it's the last time you speak badly to a customer or ignore them. If you go on, you know what you're in for.
Easy, madam. Why are you so nervous?
Roger, how long have you been here?
I'd been here a while. I didn't know you were so nervous.
This old lady sometimes behaves like an uneducated little girl. I had trained her to be more dynamic, but every time she repeats the same mistakes.
You've got to be patient with her, honey. She's not your age. She probably doesn't pick up on things as quickly as you do. She needs time and repetition.
I'll just change it for someone else.
Why do you want to fire her? This woman surely has children and grandsons to feed. You mustn't take away her job.
She has no children, no grandsons.
That's not true. But it's odd even for a woman her age. Whatever her social status, don't send her away. Please.
Welcome, Mr. Roger. I haven't seen you here for 2 days.
I'm fine, ma'am. I was just a little unavailable. I hope you're very well too.
Yes, Mr. Roger. I'm very happy to see you again. I had missed you.
Ah. Did it happen there? Have you finished packing yet? Go and tend to your work. Don't forget I've just reproached you.
Go easy on her, honey. She's not doing anything serious yet.
Enough. Let her go and do her job. Here are the deliveries that await us.
See you, Mr. Roger.
Roger. Why are you paying too much attention to Fiona? I don't understand this attachment you have to each other.
Don't tell me you're jealous of this dear old lady.
I'm not jealous. I just want to understand.
I don't know how to explain it to you. But I have a kind of affection and empathy for her.
You're going to have to put some brakes on it. You're my future husband, God willing. I wouldn't like you to be too accessible to my workers. I know you're nice and I like your respect for people. But we'll have to put some distance between you and them.
Okay, I'll make the effort.
Okay, thanks.
You're going back already? Wouldn't you like to stay a little longer?
I just came to say hello. I've got to get back.
You haven't seen your daughter in over a year. She'll be coming home tonight with her boyfriend. Aren't you going to wait for them to come home?
No, I have to go. Either way, your daughter's mad at me. Even if I stay, it'll turn into a fight. I don't want to fight with my own daughter. I'd rather leave.
She's right, you know? She never got any fatherly love from you. She's angry, but running away from her isn't going to solve the problem. Adama.
I've got to go. Maybe I'll see her another time.
Okay. Happy arrival, my future son-in-law.
Thanks, Mom.
Come into my arms.
I'm here too. Don't forget me. Give me a hug too.
Jealous girl. Come into my arms. So, Mr. Roger, do you love my daughter?
Of course, Mom.
All right, then. I hope you'll make a good husband. When I see you, you remind me of my husband, when he was still young and handsome.
Really? Where's he, Mom? I'd like to meet him.
It won't be possible today, my boy. Maybe some other time.
Okay, I'd like to meet him.
So, who are your parents?
My mother's name is Me and my father's Didier. They are both from the country.
Okay.
What were you saying, Mom? What did I miss?
I used to tell Roger that he looks like your father when he was young.
I wouldn't even want your hair to look like my father's.
Why wouldn't you want me to look like your father?
Your girlfriend is not on good terms with her father.
Oh, but why?
Let's forget it. This isn't the time. Let's eat.
Honey, I'd like to take our relationship to the next level. We've been together for quite a few years now. I want to marry you.
I've been looking forward to this day for a long time. Yes, I'd also like us to move towards marriage.
I love you, Offie.
I love you too, Roger. There's definitely a customer in my inbox.
You can reply to your messages, darling.
Thank you. My God.
But what is it, darling?
Fiona has just had a serious accident.
My God. Stop crying, darling. Where did the accident happen?
On the boulevard. But he was taken to St. Joseph's Hospital.
Let's go.
Are you one of Madame Fiona's children?
I'm her boss. She is my employee.
Where are her family members?
You can talk to me. I'll take care of all the expenses related to her accident.
Ma'am, we urgently need a member of the accident victim's family. We need compatible blood for immediate transfusion.
But tell us where we can find some, doctor. My friend has a car. We can get it ourselves.
Madam, we've already contacted all the supply outlets. They don't have any. We need to find people with a blood link to her. Hopefully, we'll be able to find someone with the same blood type as her.
My God.
Madam, we only have a few hours. Your employee has lost a lot of blood, and if we don't act quickly, death will follow.
Everything except death.
We must act quickly.
What's going on, honey?
We've got a serious problem, Roger. Apparently Fiona has lost a lot of blood. They need to give her an urgent blood transfusion, but it turns out that her blood type is unavailable. We need a family member to do it.
My God. But what blood type is she?
I don't know. The doctor didn't give me any details.
One of us may have the same blood type as her. Let's ask the doctor.
Okay, but the longer you wait, the greater the risk, darling.
Do you know a family member? Let's try this possibility first. Then we'll see what to do in case of incompatibility.
Okay.
Doctor, what is Madame Fiona's blood type?
She is B negative.
Is it possible for you to try us out? Maybe we have the same bands. I can't remember mine exactly.
We have no time to lose, sir. If you're not a member of his family, the probability of getting this group is low.
What does it cost you to try, sir?
Okay, let's go.
Doctor, we've tried to contact people who might be able to help us find Fiona's relatives, but we haven't found anyone yet.
Don't worry, madam. Your friend's blood type is compatible with that of the accident victim. We're already doing the transfusion.
Wow. Thank God. Hello, Fiona. How are you feeling today?
It's going well, boss. I give thanks to God. How's Mr. Roger?
He's doing great. He'll see you after work.
The doctor told me it's thanks to him that I'm still alive.
Yes, apparently you have the same blood type. Your blood was unavailable and he gave you some of his.
Mr. Roger is an angel. He saved my life.
We give thanks to God. I'll leave you to it. I'm going to the church and them to the store. Please, rest well.
Hello, madam. We know each other somewhere apparently.
Yes, hello. I don't remember knowing you. This is my first time seeing you.
Are you sure?
I'm not familiar with your face.
I think I saw a picture of you at my foster brother's house.
At your adopted brother's house? Who is this person?
Yes, I think it was you. Do you know Roger?
Which Roger?
He's tall, light-skinned and entrepreneurial. You know him, don't you?
Of course I do. He's my companion. So you're brothers?
Yes, he's my adopted big brother.
Who are your parents?
Don't know your spouse's parents yet.
I know your mom. Her name is Me, isn't it? I bet you have different fathers.
He's not my parents' child. He's a child adopted by my mother.
What are you trying to tell me? Are you saying that Me isn't Roger's biological mother?
That's exactly what I'm telling you.
Who are his parents? I don't believe what you're telling me. Besides, I don't know you.
You have the right not to believe me. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Afi, what are you doing here this morning?
I've come to understand the situation.
Is it urgent?
Yes, Roger. Who are your biological parents, Roger?
Why this darling question?
I bumped into your brother Luke yesterday. He's the one who told me that you're one of Me's adopted children. Is this true?
It's true, my darling.
But why didn't you tell me the truth? I confided in you while you played with me.
Calm down and sit down.
I don't want to sit down. I want to understand why you kept this truth from me. Who are your real parents?
I don't even know who my real parents are.
How is it possible?
Please sit down so we can talk about it.
I'm listening.
Thanks for calming down. Ever since I was a little boy, I'd always believed that Me and her husband were my real parents, until last year. The day a misunderstanding broke out between Me and her husband. In fact, I was a child abandoned in the street, picked up by Me and brought up by her. Nobody knows my real parents. Neither Me nor I have any idea.
Oh my God.
Given the effort and love Me had given me, I don't see why I should say she wasn't my mother. She fought for my survival. She considers me her eldest son, even if her husband and son Luke didn't share philosophy. To say she wasn't my mother would hurt her deeply, and it would be ungrateful of me. That's why I didn't tell you. For me, Me is my real mother.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry. I'd like you to keep this information to yourself and always treat Me as you always did.
Okay.
You're very pretty, my girl.
Thanks, Mom.
Today is a big day. Your fiancé and his family will already be on their way. I hope you're not stressed.
No, Mom. I'm rather impatient.
Don't be stressed, my boy. You'll be just fine. Engagements usually go very well. Yours too will go well by God's grace.
Oh man, thank you so much, Mom, for everything you do for me. I love you very much.
I love you too, my boy.
How are you, my girl?
I'm fine. I thought you weren't coming.
I can never miss your engagement.
Thank you. Mommy is in her room.
Okay. I'll go and see her.
Okay.
A warm welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, madam. Finally, I see you today. God be praised.
I'm very happy to meet. I've always heard good things about you. You are a very good person.
I'm honored, ma'am. You are also a very good person.
Thank you. Come and sit down. Meet my husband.
A warm welcome. There's someone at the door, my Afi.
All right, I'll open.
No, take care of my family-in-law. I'll go see.
Thank you.
Fiona.
Adama. Is that really you in front of me?
Yes, it's me.
What's going on out there?
What happens?
This man ruined my life. He's the reason I'm old and childless today. He'd forced me to give up my baby when I'd barely given birth. He's irresponsible and a womanizer.
What nastiness.
My God. Is it true what the lady says?
Yes. I'm really sorry.
Is it true what I just heard? Dad.
Go back inside, my daughter. Your in-laws must not see you before the ceremony.
Please leave me alone. I can't listen to this sad story and go on pretending inside my room. My employee and my father have child, whom they abandoned, while my future fiancé doesn't even know his own parents. Do you want me to calm down?
My God, but why are you making this connection with my son Roger? He has nothing to do with this story.
Fiona, please explain the story clearly.
Adama and I were friends. We loved each other very much and were even considering marriage. We both decided to leave the village and move to the city. When we got here, I unfortunately became pregnant with his child at an early age, while he didn't want to have a baby. So he offered me an abortion, but I refused. He threatened me day and night because of the child I was carrying. But I was determined to carry my child to term. After I gave birth, your father negotiated with the midwife who had given birth to me to steal my child. So he went off to throw it away with his own hands. After committing this abominable act, he disappeared. A few days later, the midwife in question had also disappeared when I tried to lodge a complaint. From then until now I don't know what has become of my boy. Whether he's dead or alive, only God knows.
My God. Why didn't you contact the police or tell the people around you?
I had. But it was my word against that of the hospital. What can I do on my own against a great institution? The hospital had denied the facts. It had testified that my boy had been stillborn with bizarre evidence. So I was treated like a mad woman, even though I was telling the truth.
It's really sad.
Ms. Fiona, would you be able to recognize your child if he were still alive?
My baby had a mongoloid spot on his shoulders. I don't know if it would still be there, but it's a sign of recognition for me.
I have a testimonial to give. My son has also had a spot on his shoulder since childhood. Maybe he's your child. For those who don't know, Roger is my adopted son. I picked him up off the street. That was 33 years ago. One evening, after finishing my job as a waiter in a restaurant, I came home around 2 a.m. I could hear dogs barking around the corner. Brave as I was, I decided to go and see what was going on. To my surprise, I heard the cries of a newborn baby in a garbage can. It was Roger. I took him in my arms and went home with him. The next morning I felt like a mom. And I blessed the Lord. For my husband and I were on our third attempt at artificial insemination. It had never worked for us. And so I told myself right away that this child was God's answer. But unfortunately things weren't as easy as I thought. When I informed my parents, rest their souls, they demanded that I report this child to the police. Which I did, but then they wanted to take my baby away. But I fought tooth and nail to adopt my baby legally, with the help of my husband of course. 2 years later, God blessed me with another child. It was Roger's little brother Luke. By then my husband had changed. It was as if he had torn his love away from Roger and put it back on his own son Luke. It wasn't at all easy for me. But I'd always managed to keep Roger's story a secret. And he never suspected a thing, despite my husband's indifference, until last year when he found out. This is my testimony. Maybe Roger will have 2 moms now. Maybe you're his biological mother. I don't know. A paternity test will tell us more. But whatever the outcome, I will never change the love I have for my boy.
If this statement is true, then Raji would be my own brother? My God.
But what's going on here? Why are you so quiet? Mom and Dad. My aunts and Uncle Coffee are already here. The ceremony must begin.
Roger. We have to break off our engagement. You might be my brother.
What? But it doesn't make sense. How is it possible?
Son, it's true what Afi says. You know I'm not your biological mother, don't you? It could be that your biological mother is Fiona, and that your father is the father of your future fiancé.
My God.
Then I'll let you listen to the vocals so you can understand the story better. For the time being, I think we have to cancel everything. Sorry for all your efforts, and for your investment.
I'm apparently in a dream. Offie, what happens if the paternity test is positive?
I don't even want to think about it. I want to believe it won't happen.
But the probability is very high, given the blood compatibility between Fiona and me.
Don't panic, my boy. Whether the test is positive or not, I want you to know that you're my child and nothing in the world can take me away from you. Unless you decide to break our bond yourself. And even if you do, I'll always love you.
Mom, this test will only be a piece of paper to prevent us from having an inbred marriage between brothers and sisters. For the rest, you are, and will remain, my mother.
Please, Mr. Roger, follow me to my office. Mr. Roger, the paternity test is positive. You are indeed the son of Fiona and Adama.
Okay. Attention. I have just received the results of the paternity test. I am the son of Madam Fiona and Monsieur Adama.
My goodness.
I'm so sorry for everything. I implore your forgiveness, Roger, and that of your mother Fiona. I know I committed an irresponsible and murderous act. But please forgive me.
You almost killed your own son. We didn't even need to get married even though we were inbred. You're the most irresponsible father I've ever seen.
Please, my daughter. Please forgive me. Please forgive me.
Please, my darling. Find a place in your heart to forgive your father.
Please, my daughter.
Okay, I get it. You have my forgiveness, Dad. Promise me that from now on you'll make the effort to be a better father to us, your children. You have several now. The family has grown.
Thank you very much, my daughter. I promise I'll change.
Okay. I'll have to go with you to settle up with Fiona. We'll also thank Roger's adoptive parents.
Okay, girl. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lord. I'll accompany you too.
You're very welcome. Take a seat.
Thank you, Fiona.
Thank you.
Oh, boss. You came too?
Don't call me your boss, Fiona, anymore. You're my mom now, and I'm your daughter.
Thank you very much. It's just that it's a bit difficult for me to adapt to all these sudden changes. But I'll be fine.
I'd also like to take this opportunity to apologize for all the times I've spoken badly to you or shouted at you in the course of your work. I'm really sorry I was sometimes hard on you, Mom Fiona.
No, stop, my daughter. You didn't do anything wrong. On the contrary, you were protecting your business. I'd do worse if I were in your shoes, facing an old and distracted employee like myself. It's me who should be thanking you for not firing me since you've done me more good than you could have imagined. You trained me and pay me a good salary. You also take care of my health. What you've done for me is enormous. I'm so glad we are finally so close.
Thank you very much.
Fiona, I'm really sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. I'm not asking you to forget the bad experience I put you through. I'm just asking for your forgiveness.
Let's forget that old Adama story. It's already in the past. Maybe if you hadn't done what you did, Roger wouldn't be alive today. With the level of poverty I was living in at the time, it wasn't easy for Roger Servue to become the responsible man he is today. I have no regrets. On the contrary, I am grateful to my God. He alone knows why he wanted to write the story the way he did. Let's just give thanks.
You're right. Thank you for your love and wisdom.
Thank you very much, Fiona.
Thank you, Sarah. Let me go check who's here. Happy arrival, my boy. I'm very happy to see you.
I'm also very happy, Mom. It's okay, Mom.
Happy arrival, Mom Roger. And thank you so much for all the love and good you've done for my boy. I will never finish being grateful to you. May God bless you.
I'm just an instrument of God to protect your child. You are his mother and I am his guardian. Let's all work together for his well-being.
Amen.
I'm blessed to see the two of you together. I have two moms instead of one.
Please, let's go inside. Your sister and her parents are waiting for us.
I'm still amazed at how our story turned out. My lover became my big brother.
We didn't choose it. It was fate. It's a good thing we hadn't married yet before the truth came out.
Lord, what was to become of me?
You alone will be mother and aunt to your own children.
It's a good thing we're laughing today and not the other way around.
Let us give thanks to God for his works.
We have reached the end of this animation. The ways of the Lord are unfathomable. Roger and Athie will never be husband and wife. But their bond and their love will never disappear. The two have become brother and sister. I'm not going to comment on this video in the sense of the story. I'd like to take you out of the frame a little, because I wouldn't like to judge anyone through this animation. Instead, I'd like to take you on a journey through the immense possibilities we have in life, and in God. Sometimes in our life story, or in the face of our difficulties, we only see the bad sides, or the negative consequences. But in every life experience lies a treasure, and a plan from God. Sometimes we're just there, lamenting and weeping over our lives. Because we have an image of what our life should be, while we're missing the point of reality and the divine plan. Who among us can write, or change, the story of our own lives but God? Who can say exactly what tomorrow may bring? Still no one. Listen, only God knows how he maps out the paths of each person's destiny. Who told you that this road should only be bright and full of success and rose? On this road, there can also be thorns and difficulties. My brother, my sister. God knows why he's putting you through this trial you're going through right now. He knows where he's taking you with certainty. The word tells us that he never fails. Tell me why we should tremble with fear when we know that our destiny is in the hands of the Almighty. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteous living, for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. Yes, happiness and grace are with me, all the days of my life. This psalm testifies to the fact that God helps us through the good days, as well as the bad, throughout our lives. It also bears witness to the fact that not everything on our path will be rosy, but that God is always there with us, always present, until the end of our lives. My dear brothers and sisters in Christ, let's not worry too much about things that are out of our control. It's like the example of a person who refuses to sleep because he's afraid of dying. Let's let God lead us through life, no matter what the bends and storms. They have a purpose that only God knows. If we return to our animation today, and take the story in a rather positive sense, we can say that a marriage bond was sacrificed to unite several families. Thanks to Athie and Roger's encounter, all the problems and wounds in their families have been healed. My brother, my sister. Perhaps you are the person who will change your family's history despite your difficulties today. Maybe you are a grace for an entire nation or generation. So don't stop believing and fighting in this life. We don't back down, we don't give up. We have to move forward in spite of everything. Because when we are truly a child of God, we have the firm assurance that everything works out for our good. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell. Share this video, maybe you'll give someone new strength and hope. God bless. Until next time, we are more than conquerors in God.